Unit pricing is actually something that I do quite often when I go grocery shopping. It's on the price tags when you're at the grocery store. It says unit price, and it's a really, really helpful thing to know so that way you can compare things properly. So the unit price of an item is the cost of one unit. So it's the cost per unit. So it's cost for one thing. So the cost of one can of pop in a 6-pack, cost of one egg in a carton of eggs, cost of 1 kilogram potatoes in a 10 kilogram bag of potatoes, right? So this is the best way to compare things. They're different sizes, say. Say I have one container that's this size and one container that's this size. Which one's cheaper? I don't know. We do the unit pricing. So no matter what the number of items is, the unit cost tells us the cost of one item, and that's how we're going to compare things. Okay, here's how we do it. We take the cost of all the items in the bag, and then we're going to divide by our number, or how many there are. So for example, if a carton of 1 dozen, remember a dozen is 12, costs $3.29, how much does 1 egg cost? So to figure out our unit price, we're going to take our cost for all of them, and then we're going to divide by how many there are, which is 12. So if we do 3.29 divided by 12, that's going to give us a cost of 0.27. So that means it's 27 cents per egg. So we use the line here to indicate that we're saying per or for each or for one. And that's our unit price. So it's costing us 27 cents an egg. Yeah, all right, let's try a few. So calculate the unit price in each of the following cases. We have $3.99 for 2 kilograms of bananas. So our unit price is going to be $3.99 divided by the 2 kilograms. So per kilogram, well, let's take our calculators here. 3.99 divided by 2 is 1.995. 1.995. And we're talking about dollars, so that's kind of a silly thing. So we'd have to round that up, which rounds that up, which rounds it up. So it is approximately $2 per kilogram. How about 18 eggs for $5.94? So $5.94 is how much it costs for all 18 eggs. So $5.94 divided by 18 gives us 0.33 cents per egg. $23.90 for 1.5 kilograms of pecans. Nice and simple. $23.90. We're going to divide that by 1.5 kilograms. 23.9 on our calculators divided by 1.5 equals 15.93. 15.93 per kilogram. And let's do one more. Let's see, we've got $35.16, and we're going to use that to buy 30 liters of gas. 35.16 divided by 30 equals, I get 1.172, which is what shows up in my calculator per liter. 1.17 is generally how we would round it because it's dollars and we have the 2 decimals. Now you do notice often gas does have a 3rd decimal. That's so they can keep adding more money on. Okay. Lindsay orders 80 liters of cooking oil for her restaurant. If it costs her $94.83 for the case of 80 liters, how much does 1 liter cost? So we got to pick out our information here. So we've got 80 liters and we've got our $94.83. So let's calculate that out. So our unit price, oops, I did that too fast. Our unit price is going to be equal to our $94.83. Let's divide that by our 80 liters. So our unit price in this case is going to be 1.185 per liter. But let's round that because it's dollars. 1.15 would round that up to the 9 per liter. Let's try some more. Save on Foods sells 3 kilograms of apples for $1.25. And Safeway is going to sell 5 kilograms for $2.50. So we got to figure out, using our wonderful math brains, which store has the better price. So generally better means cheaper. So we want the one with the smallest price. All right, so let's see. Save on Foods is charging us $1.25 for 3 kilograms. That's a 3. So what does that equal? Let's see. 1.25 divided by 3 gives me 0.41666666666. So let's see. 0.42 per kilogram. And let's see the next same apples. This time it's $2.50 for 5 kilograms. 2.5 divided by 5 gives us 0.5, which in terms of dollars is 50 cents per kilogram. So which one's cheaper? I would definitely say Save on Foods. Therefore, Save on Foods is the better price, right? Because it's cheaper, it's smaller. If you bought 10 kilograms of apples from each store, how much money would you save by shopping, oops, spelling mistake, by shopping at the cheaper store? Interesting. How are we going to figure that one out? Save on Foods. Well, they're charging $0.4 per kilogram. And if I want 10 kilograms, well, let's times that price by 10. So that means I'm going to end up paying $4.20 for 10 kilograms. Now let's try Safeway. So Safeway, they are charging 0.50, so 50 cents per kilogram. So if I want 10 kilograms, again, let's move that decimal place. So that will give me a $5 for 10 kilograms. So how much money would we save? So our savings would be equal to our $5 minus our $4.20, right? We want to find the difference, so we want to subtract those, which gives us a savings of 80 cents. Therefore, you save 80 cents. And I know that sounds like not very much, but boy, does it add up fast, I'm telling you. Let me fix that dollars. There we go, that makes more sense. Okay. Hardeep owns quality A1 AAA sweets. His cost for making 500 samosas is $100. And then he's going to sell 2 samosas for $1. This is really important. We need to make sure we're selling them with enough money to cover our costs, isn't it? So let's figure out our samosa or our cost for 1 samosa. So for each samosa. So for 1. So if our costs are, oops, I used green, didn't I? Let's follow our color scheme here, Ms. Newman. All right, $100. And we're doing that for 500 samosas. Well, 100 divided by 5, well, isn't that just 0.2? Sure is. So that means it's going to cost us 0.20, so 20 cents per samosa. So that's our cost. We sell them. Let's see. How much profit does he make on each samosa that he sells? So first we have to figure out what we make on each one. So we make, when we sell it, let's see, we sell it for $1 for 2 samosas. So that means the money that we're bringing in is 50 cents per samosa. Our profit is the difference between those two things. So our profit is equal to the money that we bring in, what we make minus the cost. So in finance terms, the money that you make, that you bring in, we call that the revenue. Okay, so revenue is the money that comes in. It's how much money you get paid for something. Okay, and the profit, because you got to use that money to pay for stuff, don't you? So our profit in this case is going to be 20 cents per samosa. Doesn't sound like a lot. And lots of food places don't make a lot for things. They just got to hope that they sell enough that it adds up to enough to make it worthwhile. Would you always pay the lowest price for a product and why? That is a great question, and I would like you to think about that one. Because there's lots of ways to answer it, and I'd like to hear yours. Okay, so there's lots of questions for you to try. Give it a shot. See how you do. Good luck.